guys, welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be taking you guys along with me for a very big 3-day market. So it is Canada Day weekend, so Canada Day is on Monday. So this big market that I have is on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So it's Friday today, so I'm just getting everything ready. I'm going to do a whole spreadsheet of all my inventory to know exactly what I'm bringing so that afterwards I can tell exactly what I sold. So as you can see, I have my bins of plushies back here and I have some bags and everything. So I'm just gonna kind of empty all of that and start doing my inventory. So that shouldn't take too long, and when I'm done that, I'm gonna get to crocheting more because I need all the stock I can get. Alright, so I just finished my inventory. As you can see, all the plushies are just there. But I have a total of 181 items, and that comes up to a total of $2,811. So I do want to bring that number up, so I'm going to crochet a lot today. And that includes my cardigans and bags, which I never sell. So I want to have more plushies. So I did have a market yesterday, so I obviously sold some of my inventory yesterday. So I want to make more elephants today, and I already made some chicken nuggets that I already added to my inventory, but I might want to make more if I have time. Okay, so it's just past 10 p.m. I just wanted to show you guys everything I crocheted today. So chances are I will be crocheting a little bit more before bed, but I just wanted to show you guys everything I made so far, and I already added it to my spreadsheet, and whatever I do finish tonight, I will add it to my spreadsheet before tomorrow. So I made 4 octopus keychains in these super cute pastel colors. They all have 2 eyes, it's just they're not all at the front, but these are really great sellers and they're super fun to make. Then I made 3 mini whales in this little velvet yarn, which I think is so cute. And I made 2 little leggy frogs. And lastly, I made 1 elephant and 2 small axolotls. So these, I put the tags with my logo on it literally right after I made it because I want it to have time to dry before tomorrow, but I still need to tie my price tags on these, so I'll do that right now before I forget. This was my setup on Saturday. I couldn't put my cardigans or anything because it was raining, so I didn't want them to get wet. So we're all set up. You can probably hear the rain. It's pretty much pouring. If you watched my recent market vlogs, you know that every time I do market, it has to rain. So let's hope that there's still some traffic today at least. So it's 12. I just made my first sale, so I sold a mini turtle. The rain is still going down and I don't think it's gonna stop. It's just past 2 now. The rain has calmed down a lot and I had a little rush of sales, so that's really good. At least we made a few more sales. Alright, so I'm back home. The rain did stop at around 2 and the event was from 11 to 6. So there was about like 4 hours where it wasn't raining, and as soon as the rain stopped, there was like so many people walking past, so I did make a lot of sales as the rain stopped. So this is a 3-day event, so I just wanted to pay my booth fee on the first day, which was pretty expensive. It was $450. I know some of you might be like, oh my gosh, that's so expensive. I would never pay that for an event, but around here, that's what it is for a big event like this, especially for Canada Day, a long weekend. That's what it is. So anyways, I just wanted to pay back that booth fee at least today, and then the rest of the weekend would be just profit. But I did pay my booth fee and then some, so I'm pretty happy about that. So I made a total of $559 today, and the booth fee was $450, but I'm not going to do a whole breakdown just for today because I'm going to do a whole breakdown of how much money I made and profits and all the stuff I sold after the last day. So I'm not going to do that all today, but I'm pretty proud of how today went. So I had also brought some stuff to crochet with me. So I did bring a lot of different yarns and a lot of different colors, so I could crochet a lot of stuff. I made some small things like keychains, mini whales, leggy frogs, even some small turtles that sold like right as I put them on the table. So every time I would finish something, I would add it to my spreadsheet on my phone so that I could keep track of the inventory. So it's only like 7 or 7:30, so I'm gonna do some more crochet tonight. There are a few things that I want to make more of, like I almost ran out of chicken nuggets, so I do want to make more of those tonight. Alright, so it's about 10:30. I finished 8 chicken nuggets like this and 2 small bees like this. So I'm gonna put those in a bag to bring tomorrow, and I'm gonna get the stuff ready that I want to bring to crochet over there tomorrow, and then I'm gonna go shower and go to bed. So I will see you guys tomorrow before the market for day 2. Hey guys, so it's Saturday night and I'm back home. I'm so sorry I didn't even get to film before we left because we were pretty rushed, and I didn't get to film anything at the market today, like not even the setup. It was so busy. So yesterday the organizers told us that they were going to change the time for today from, it was supposed to be from 11 to 6 p.m. but they said that they were changing it from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. So they said we could be there at 11 to start setting up. So anyways, I was there a bit before 11, I guess, and like there was already some vendors there and there was already so many people walking around, so I didn't get to film my setup because I was trying to set up so fast to try to have my stuff up and ready for people to be able to look at and shop. So I didn't film my setup. I couldn't even sit down to have something to eat. My feet hurt so bad, but it was so busy today, so I guess that's a good thing. So I did make a total of $837 just today, and that's all profit because I did pay back my booth fee yesterday. So yeah, I won't do a whole breakdown right now because there's still tomorrow, and tomorrow is Canada Day in the capital of Canada. So I think it's gonna be very busy. A lot of people told me it was gonna be super busy. This is my first time doing this event on Canada Day here, so I don't know exactly how busy it'll be, but I can just imagine. I obviously have like a decent amount of stock left, and the whole time I was at the market I was crocheting. People were talking to me and I was crocheting at the same time, literally getting anything I can done, and I would add it to my inventory in order to know how many I had, I guess. So yeah, I did get a lot of things done, a lot of small things like mini whales, leggy frogs, keychains, things like that. So at least I was able to kind of restock some of them over there when they sold. But anyways, I'm gonna do a bit of crochet tonight before going to bed. I want to make at least 1 elephant because I sold out of those completely. So I'd like to make at least 1 more, and if I can make anything else, I'll try to make anything I can, really. So I'll try to film tomorrow morning, either before I leave or over there once I'm set up. But to be honest, I think it's gonna be crazy busy tomorrow. So we'll see if I get to film anything, but I'm sorry if not. So it's a bit past 11 p.m. and I have made 1 elephant and 1 chunky cat. So I'm gonna be going to bed because I have to get up pretty early tomorrow. So I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow before the market or at the market, depending if I even have time to film anything. This was my setup on Monday. You can see my grandparents behind my booth. Shout out to them for coming with me and spending the day with me on Canada Day. As you can see, I still have a decent amount of things left here. We're here, we made lots of sales already. I'm actually not even sure what time it is, but it's pretty packed, so I can't really film, but yeah. This was everything I had left at the end of the event, so you can see it's getting pretty empty. Hey guys, I'm home and it's the next day. So when I got home yesterday on Monday, which was Canada Day, I was so exhausted. It was so busy and I was just so tired. I basically plopped when I got home. So I did do like the whole breakdown in my book here yesterday when I got home, but now I'm gonna share it with you guys. So this is going to be a pretty long one because I sold a lot of items, mostly a lot of smaller items, but I did sell some bigger items too. So I'm going to tell you guys all about that and really how much money I made, what sold, all my profits and everything. So I filmed what I could at the market. I kind of tried to get like a little clip of around me just to show you guys how busy it was. It was really packed. So there was so many people walking by and stuff. I mean, it was Canada Day, it was crazy. But I found like for the amount of people that were walking around on Monday, not many people were actually buying, but there's so many booths to choose from. Like, I'm not exactly sure if there was another person selling just crochet plushies. There was somebody like a bit further down from me. They were selling like crocheted bags and things like that, and other things. And I did see they had a few crocheted plushies, but like that wasn't all they were selling. So that wasn't too much of a problem, but there was just so many booths to shop at. So if they had spent all their money somewhere else before they got to me, they might not have the money to buy there. So I mean, there was it was really nice that there was a lot of people and a lot of booths, but also that plays a role. If there's so many booths to choose from, they're less likely to buy from yours. But I obviously still made a lot of sales, but I did make more sales and more money on Sunday than I did on Monday. I was pretty close on Monday, but still more on Sunday. But overall, in the weekend, I did really well. So in the 3 days, on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I made a total of $2,200. It is really weird that it ended up being exactly $2,200, but anyways, so now I have to take out the booth fee of $450. I know some of you might say it's crazy, but it's worth it, obviously, with the amount of money I made. And then the square fees were $22.75 for the weekend, so that would leave me with a total profit of $1,727.25 for the weekend. So yes, the booth fee was expensive, but with a profit like that, it's pretty worth it. I mean, yeah, technically I did make $450 worth of stuff for free to be there, but with the profit, it's fine because you wouldn't really make a profit like that anywhere else around here. And that was the market that I did for Canada Day, but up in my hometown, my mom did do a market for me with my stuff. So I had sent her like a bunch of bags of my plushies and she sold them there. So she made a total profit of $1,046. I already took out like the booth fee and everything, and she didn't have any square fees. So yeah, the booth fee over there was only $20, which was really amazing, but there wasn't a lot of vendors to choose from over there. So they were more likely to buy from her booth because there wasn't as many options. But anyways, so obviously that's amazing. So that leaves me with a total profit of $2,773.25 for one weekend, literally the first weekend of July. Also, shout out to my mom for doing that market for me. She's amazing. So yeah, let's give her credit for that. So anyways, let's get to the breakdown. So I'm just gonna tell you guys how much money I made on each day. I won't do a breakdown for each day. I just want to give you guys kind of an idea of how much money I made on each day. So on Saturday, which was rainy, I made a total of $559. On Sunday, which was, I guess, the best day for me, I made a total of $837, and on Monday, I made a total of $804, which is still obviously really good. So now for the breakdown. So I'm gonna tell you guys how many of each items I sold out of the amount that I brought or started with. And I'm gonna tell you guys like if I sold out of anything, because I did sell out of a lot of things. And I'm gonna tell you guys how much I sold that specific item for, to give you guys an idea of my prices. And if I have a picture of that item or something very similar that I made, I'll put a picture up to give you guys an idea of what that item was that I sold for that much and how many of them I sold. So let's start with mini turtles. So I had 5 and I sold all 5 of them for $16 each. So I actually started the market on Saturday with only 1 mini turtle, and while I was there, I crocheted 4 more, and they all sold throughout the weekend. I started with 19 chicken nuggets and I sold all 19 of them for $8 each. So if you recall, I did make, I think like 8 of them on Saturday night. So like I didn't technically start the event with 19, but I had 19 throughout the event and I sold all 19 of them. I started with 6 elephants and I sold 5 of them for $25 each. So I did make some elephants like on Sunday night and things like that. Like when I say I started with them, I didn't necessarily start the event with them, but that's just how many I had in total. I started with 3 watermelon keychains and I sold all 3 of them for $5 each. I started with 7 chunky octos and I sold all 7 of them for $10 each. I had started with 8 fluffy octos and I sold all 8 of them for $12 each. I'm just saying fluffy octos because they're the same pattern as my chunky octos, but the yarn was thicker and fluffier, so they came out bigger. So that's why they were $12 instead of $10, and well, I sold all of them. I had 1 small turtle and I sold it for $18. That one was just a little bit bigger than my mini turtles. I started with 2 mini mushies and I sold both of them for $10 each. I wanted to make more of them, but I didn't have any more red plush yarn, so I couldn't make any more. I sold 16 octopus keychains out of 16, so sold out of those for $8 each. I started with 8 mushies made out of acrylic yarn and I sold 2 of them for $12 each. I started with 4 small bees and I sold all 4 of them for $12 each. I sold 16 mini whales out of 17 and I sold them for $8 each. I did crochet a lot of mini whales while at the market and I would just put them in my basket right when they were done. I started with 4 mini octos and I sold all 4 of them for $8 each. Those, again, same pattern as my chunky octos, but the yarn was smaller, so they came out smaller and that's why they were $8 instead of $10. I started with 7 bee keychains and I sold all 7 of them for $10 each. I started with 6 reversible octopuses and I sold 5 of them for $15 each. I started with 2 big dinos and I sold 1 for $25. I started with 2 big turtles and I sold both of them for $25 each. I had 2 flower keychains and I sold both of them for $3 each. I sold 2 small axolotls out of 2 for $18 each. I had 5 regular octopus plushies made out of acrylic yarn and I sold 3 of them for $15 each. I had 1 big bee and I sold it for $20. I started with 12 squishies and I sold 8 of them for $8 each. I only had 1 mini chicken and I sold it for $12. I had 3 packs of catnip toys and I sold all 3 of them for $12 each. I had 3 mini dinos and I sold all 3 of them for $12 each also. I started with 7 Octopals and I sold 1 for $15. So those are just like my octopus plushies, but they don't have any eyes or anything, so that they're safer for babies, because the safety eyes can be a choking hazard for babies because they can like chew them off or something. I don't know. I just make them so when someone's shopping for a baby, newborn, something, I always offer the Octopals as a safer option. I only had 1 Pride Bee left and I sold it for $12. I started with 3 chunky whales and I sold all 3 of them for $15 each. I started with 10 leggy frogs and I sold 8 of them for $8 each. I started with 5 soft squids and I sold 4 of them for $25 each. I started with 14 scrunchies and I sold 6 of them for $4 each. Scrunchies don't usually sell that well for me, but I just still like having them as an option for people who might not be interested in plushies, but scrunchies are for a different audience, I guess. I started with 2 big axolotls and I sold 1 for $28. I had 1 jumbo chicken. I just say jumbo because it's a really big chicken, and I sold it for $20. I had one smaller top. It was like a crop top, kind of like a bralette, and I sold it for $25. I started with 2 orange keychains and I sold both of them for $5 each. I had started with 2 large cats and I sold both of them for $20 each. I had 1 small cat and I sold it for $12. I started with 4 poop bag holders and I sold 2 of them for $12 each. I had 1 brown bear and I sold it for $24. I started with 2 big frogs and I sold both of them for $12 each. I started with 5 regular chickens and I sold 4 of them for $18 each. I had 2 butterfly keychains and I sold both of them for $3 each. I started with 1 big fish / whale. When I was making it, it was supposed to be a whale, but it turned out to look like a fish. And I sold it for $30. I had 3 small squids and I sold 1 for $18. I started with 2 lemon keychains and I sold 1 for $5. I had 1 jumbo bear, again it's just a really big bear, and I sold it for $50, which I was surprised because that's a higher priced item and those don't usually sell, but it sold. Now you won't believe this, I sold a cardigan which I've been trying to get rid of forever. So I sold my red cardigan for $80. I know some people might say I should charge more for the cardigans. I used to, and they never sold, and at this point I just want to get rid of them. I'm not planning on making any more. I'm just planning on getting rid of them and making more plushies. So I sold it for $80 to this sweet older man, and he said it wasn't for himself and he wants to give it to somebody. He's still not sure who he's gonna give it to, but he bought it because he said it was just too nice to give it up. So I'm very thankful for this man. He was so nice. I started with 4 snakes and I only sold 1 for $25, which is odd because usually snakes are a pretty big hit, but maybe people just didn't want snakes. And lastly, I had a bigger crop top, which was kind of like a bralette again, and I sold that one for $30. So that's a total of 179 items that I sold out of 245. So I sold well over half of my inventory, but I sold a lot of small items. Like I sold out of a lot of things, mostly keychains. They were a big hit, like mini whales I sold a lot, chicken nuggets, just a lot of small things. So it seems like, I mean, I did sell a lot of things, but 179 items is crazy. That's a lot of things, but they're mostly small things. So I'm not gonna do a whole breakdown of all the stuff that my mom sold. Like, I do have a spreadsheet of what she sold, but I'm not gonna put this in the video, but I did want to tell you guys like the profit that she made, which was very good, obviously. But yeah, I'm not gonna do a whole breakdown of that. So I obviously have a lot of restocking to do. I have a very busy week now. I have 2 events next weekend. I have to order more stuffing. Well, I already did order more stuffing, but I'm basically out of stuffing, so I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do until it arrives. I still have to make so much stuff, like all the stuff that sold out I need to make more of, so it's crazy. I won't be able to make all this stuff in a week, but slowly I will start restocking my plushies. So I hope this video was fun to watch, and I hope it was helpful for those of you who want to do markets, whether you crochet or do another type of craft or something. I'm sorry I didn't get to film much when I was actually at the market. I was trying to crochet so much and greet people that came into my booth, so I wasn't really on my phone trying to film everything, but I still hope that it was helpful. I hope the breakdown was thorough enough and helpful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. I do markets every weekend, and I will do a video at least once a week to show you guys how my markets go. So I will see you guys next time. Bye!